What's up, guys? Once again, welcome back. Today we're going to take a look at the Mesa Model Railroad Club. This is a UP/BNSF line which goes over the Tehachapi Pass. This is the largest HO scale layout in North America, so I'm excited to show you that. So we'll go and start at the bottom and work our way around. So without any ado, let's go and start the layout tour. So this layout is a point-to-point layout. We're going to go and start down here at the bottom. This represents Bakersfield. So down here we have the Union Pacific Yard. Up here we have the BNSF Yard, or in the old days this would have been Union Pacific and Santa Fe, I believe. So anyways, this is the staging yard. I'm going to take a look. It goes under some stairs right here, and we're going to follow the other end of the staging yard out the other side. Here's the other end of the staging yard. So up top we have the BNSF staging yard again, and on the bottom here we have the UP staging yard. So off to our right here is the BNSF. Again, off to the left here is the UP. This is where we just were. Along the back there's a swing bridge to a little branch line over here. Anyways, over here, BNSF, we have the engine facilities and the yard lead tracks up here. And those follow the wall over there all the way to Heron Junction up there, which I'll get to in a second. So again, there in the back is the BNSF. Up here in the front is UP. There's the UP Station. And the Union Pacific locomotive facilities. Here's a view of the backside of the Bakersfield station. And the UP shops over here. And down there is Heron Junction. So over here past the engine facility, in the back is BNSF, and the front is UP. They come together here at Heron Junction. Say hi to YouTube. Hi, YouTube. Over here we have more outbound tracks. There's a Y there in the background to turn locomotives around. There's a train ready to head up the hill. We then come into the double track main line. This outside track here is the yard lead. Looking back here, you can see the entire Bakersfield yard. And at this point, the tracks are run on by both Burlington Northern Santa Fe and Union Pacific. And we come around this little loop here behind the scenes, and we come into Magundon. I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly. Anyways, we have a nice long straightaway here, double track. So bi-directional running here. Off to the back is a little branch line. You can see there's lots of switching of industries back here as well. So we have some packing facilities here for fruit and whatnot, with a little switching industry sighting here. You can take a look at some of the details here. It's pretty amazing. Very nice. Anyways, making our way along here, you can see we have an orange grove, orange trees here. Passing sighting ends with a little crossing. We got a nice long straightaway down through here. Scenery isn't quite finished here. As you can see, they're just working on it a little more.
They are approach lit, which means that
A train has to be in the block immediately.
We have a set of crossovers here. Another set of crossovers here. As you can see, this is a really fun place to run down. Nice long straightaway.
Is this a YouTube?
Yes, it is. Say hi to YouTube. Come along over here.
Watch that the next day or two?
Couple days. Up here we have the outside main, the inside main here. You can see there's a little bit of elevation difference there.
Did you call me? I heard something.
Coming through here. What's the name of this location? Do you know?
No, we don't.
No, I don't either. Anyways, we have a passing sighting in the middle here. Okay, coming along here. Here we have a train coming through with one of my Norfolk Southern locomotives on it.
4857 BNSF. Green at East Beach. Thank you. BNSF 4857.
So here we have the passing sighting, and the two outside main tracks go down into a single main here. This is where CTC begins. Eventually CTC will go all the way to the Bakersfield Yard, but they just haven't got quite that far yet. Follow them around. Here again, back into single track. And if you haven't noticed, right now we're actually working on a modern operating session. That's what we're doing today, so I'm out here operating on the layout. Here is the west end of Illman. There's a sighting here, so the main track is on the right. Sighting goes off to the left. And up here, tracks come together and then separate again. We have a nice sunset lit scene here with more CTC signals at the east end of Illman. And these lights are all approach lit, meaning that they don't turn on until the train is occupying the block in front. Goes back to single track here, comes along a river. Some nice big mountains here. Come along over here, we come out into the main room. You can see just how big this is. So we come out of a tunnel here from the room previously. We follow the layout around. Goes through a nice, really neat canyon right here. So it comes around here. So here we enter Caliente Sighting. This is the west end. As you see, there's tracks here, here, and here. That's a road, excuse me. So 3 levels of tracks here. And this is very prototypical to the track layout in Caliente. Excuse me. Here we have the Caliente Sighting. We have the main line in the back with the passing sightings in the front. Here we have the east end of Caliente with the station and some other industries. The tracks then make a 180-degree turn around this loop. There's a set of intermediate signals back there. And you can see the tracks in the background there. We're now running in the opposite direction and climbing a hill. And they enter a tunnel right there, so we'll make our way over there. Following the tracks around here as well. Again, we're up on the top of the hill at Caliente there, looking down into the valley is the Caliente Sighting and Station. We're now at the east end of the tunnel portal here. If you look across the way down there, there's the tracks that were at the west end of Caliente Sighting. We have another set of intermediate signals. They then come up there and they go through a tunnel. You can't really see the tunnel entrance from here. They go behind this hill and come out over here. This is, I believe, Allard is the name of this sighting. We have another control point here. It goes back to double main tracks. I'm not sure if they're referred to as 2 main tracks or a main track and a passing sighting, but this is Allard. We then come through here. We have another crossover here in the middle of the sighting. I'm not sure the name of this control point. And again, all these signals are off because they're approach lit. So it heads off in that direction. I'll just show you guys around in the opposite way here. There's a look at the whole room. It's pretty spectacular. Anyways, we'll continue to follow main tracks up the hill. This is a steep grade. Here's the end of double main track, or the siding, whichever you'd like to call it. This is the city of Belleville. We then enter a tunnel here. You can see there's a little maintenance away track. Some really amazing scenery here as well. So, little houses, a road which comes up, and I believe this layout is set in the 50s or 60s, so you'll notice a lot of the old-timed cars and infrastructure of the railroad. But today we're here for a modern operating session, so I'm referring to everything in modern terms with BNSF and UP and stuff like that. But anyways, the train comes up here through another tunnel, goes way back there, and goes through a tunnel, comes out here. This is the west end of Cliff. We then enter double track again. You can see we now enter double track here. And we'll come out over here around this gate. As you can see, there really is a pretty big height difference between the track here and the tracks down there, so it really is a big climb. Over here, we're still at the sighting on Cliff. We're just on the other side of the cut. We'll follow the tracks along here. See, there's a little lull in the action. There's not too many trains going up the hill right now. Come in here. Excuse me. We're now at the east end of Cliff, where the passing siding stops. We then enter single track again through a tunnel, and this is where the video started. As you can see, we have pretty neat scenery right here, very close to the prototype. Comes out up here on the hill. It's pretty neat just to stand back and look at it. There's one track and lots of scenery. So it's up here on the side of the cliff, and goes into a tunnel right here. We'll go and take a look at the other side. The tracks come out of that tunnel here in Rowan. They do a little loop here to gain a little elevation. We enter the siding here at Rowan. Halfway through the siding, we have another double crossover. As you can see, there's just staging tracks and whatnot under here. It's pretty complex and confusing. Some storage. And they're working on the scenery here as well. Continuing along the siding of Rowan, we have a little more scenery progress here. We have the east end of Rowan here. Eventually this will all be CTC with signals, but this is where the CTC currently stops. They just have to make a little more progress on it. We then enter single main track again. Coming along here, it's a little lower. We enter another siding here. I'm not sure the name of this. This is Woodford siding. We enter double track here at Woodford. This is the west end. Here's a train sitting at the siding waiting for westbound. Here's a little more scenery done here. This is the town of Woodford. There's a little extra passing track here on the outside. I believe this train is holding the main, and this outside track here is the passing siding. There's a secondary siding here on the background. Here's the station, another little maintenance away depot and some tracks here. So here's our locomotives on this train. And here we enter the famous Tehachapi Pass area. So you can see the tracks bend around here. We then cross this creek. And here's a good view of the Tehachapi Loop. You can see that road continues along here, all the way up along the backside. We parallel the river here around. We go under the track, around the famous loop, and in the back there. So this is it. Scenery is mostly done on this part. So we follow the track along here. then goes around the back. There's no real way to get back there, so I believe there's a few lift outs in case you have a derailment, but that's about it. So we're here at the Tehachapi Loop. This is the sighting of Waylong, which starts right here. It's single track coming out of the tunnel. We have a little control point right there. We then come around the loop here. Around the backside and then over the track again. So it balloons over itself. That's pretty cool. And some really nice backdrops, hand painted back here. Here's the, let's see, this is the east end of Waylong Sighting. Again, another CTC control point. And we enter a tunnel here. Now this is the end of the current scenic portion, but we'll go and take a look at the rest of it. Here's a little more scenery here at the Tehachapi Loop. The tracks then come out of this wall right here. Currently the trains cut under and go to straight to Mojave, but once it's all running, I'll go ahead and show you around. We then come up to Marcel. We have another passing sighting here. Tracks make their way along here up top. We're on the opposite side of the room now, the Tehachapi Pass. The tracks enter a tunnel right here. Out of a tunnel here. Here's tunnel 15. You can see they're doing the scenery just like the prototype. Out of another tunnel here, into another one here. Multiple little tunnels along here. And we go over the Tehachapi Creek. As you can see, here's a picture of the prototype. You're going to take a look at that bridge. You'll see it's almost dead on. So they're really paying attention to detail and doing a nice job here. We enter double track again up here. Follow the layout around. And we're now at cable. If you notice here, there's all sorts of little phones to call the dispatcher. During a modern operating session, however, we're using the handheld radios. So the tracks continue along here. We're now coming back here. Scenery isn't quite done. Tracks will come along up here. What's up, Grayson? Say hi to YouTube. There's some trains parked right here for now, but I'm not going to show you the whole thing because it goes pretty far down there, but as you can see, it goes all the way down, all the way back on this side. It does a loop, I believe, comes back on this side, underneath on the bottom level, and then it comes back into this yard. But anyways, I'm just explaining that now so I don't have to walk down this hallway 3 or 4 times. Lots of staging underneath as well. So eventually this will all be scenic, all up here, and with all the accurate locations along the real railroad. As I mentioned before, the tracks take a little shortcut since scenery isn't quite done yet, but they cut out through here and come up underneath into Bakersfield, which eventually will run into this direction right here. Oh, Mojave, excuse me, not Bakersfield. So anyways, we now enter Mojave Yard, which is back in this direction. What's up, guys? Here is the dispatcher's panel.
24 cars and 3 units, over.
That is correct, over.
Okay, stand by. We've got a warrant going here. 5-4 out.
So the CTC machine is down, so we're all using track authorities and track warrants to operate over the railroad.
Old-fashioned railroad.
Yep. If it was working, though, this would be how we're doing it with the old USNS CTC machine. So you can see the layout here. Here's Mojave Yard. You can see here, this, I believe, is shared by UP and BNSF. We have the Mojave Station here in the background right now. We have a BNSF Z train waiting to head down the mountain. Dad's actually running that one. So hopefully I'll meet him as I head up the mountain. And here off to the right, Union Pacific goes off to the right, BNSF goes off to the left. And this is the east end of Mojave where UP and BNSF split up. And the tracks then go into staging, which is located down around this corner. So anyways, guys, if you have any questions, let me know. If you want to see videos of this layout, of trains running on the layout, just click on the link in the description, and we'll have that there. So anyways, here's the staging for both BNSF and UP trains. So once again, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you soon.